G'day YouTube, it's how you all going. My name's Wilfred, West Wilfred's PC World, Lakeside Cottage in Locksport, Victoria, Australia. Today's date is the 18th of the 3rd, 2015, and it's 10:08 in the morning. Now, some of you might have been aware of one of my plantings of tomato. Now, this is some of the results we've gotten from the ones we've got. Now, these big ones have been planted here. Now, some of those are a little green, but they're soft, right? Here, they're quite soft actually, but you don't want to leave them on too long because they'll get waterlogged. This all took about half an hour of picking. Now, they'll be good on the barbecue. The greener ones will be good on the barbecue. Like these ones here are the ones we planted as well. Now, I come across these little ones. Right, there's probably easy 100 in here, maybe more. Now, I've been eating some as I've been going along, so I've basically ate my fill. Now, these all grow wild. I think we planted some one year and that's it, they took off, and I'll show you where they are in the garden, where they're growing wild. I didn't go more. As I said before, this is only half hour of me picking some tomatoes. Alright, didn't pick any yesterday because of the rain, and this morning the rain, last night. As I said before, like these ones here, even though some of these are light, I can zoom in here, are light, and you don't think that's ready, but it is actually ready. And some of them are very sweet. Yeah, that's very sweet. Some will have a bit of tartness to them, but others will be very sweet. So, we'll go have a quick look in the garden. Before we do that though, let's have a look up here. There you are. That's a rare sight indeed, this one. Normally you get these ones around, but not very often. But anyway, we'll quickly go have a look in the garden, and I'll quickly show you where some of these tomato plants are, which I've grabbed. Now, the first lot, as you can see here, this plant is pretty much dead, right? But this one here grew up to the top of that, and I'm still getting tomatoes off that plant. That's a wild one. We'll just let it die out because you can see it's still green and it's still producing some tomatoes, which I'm not going to overly worry about too much. Just let it grow, and when it stops producing completely, and that's when we'll remove the plant. Now, this one here is kind of a mess here, really. It stretches over here. It's basically growing part of the chili bush we've got here, which I've got some more chilies to come off. That one's growing wild as well. That was self-seed. Now, I'm not quite sure about chilies. I think we have to replant the chilies again, but I hope this bush will go well. I've got that bush there. Got another tomato plant there, another one there. Now, any excess water I have will actually flow from these ones. When you fill them up, will flow back into the garden here, so that's probably why this is also nice and green. And we've got another one down here. Now, I don't water these normally. The ones that are growing like this I won't water unless I'm spraying this area with a bit of water. They can get a little bit, but that's self-seeded. So if that produces some tomatoes, I'll be happy. We'll go to the next one. Okay, here's another one. It's starting to die off a little bit. This one here, of course, self-seeded as well. You can still see there, but go over here and you'll see they'll grow anywhere, literally. That one there we didn't plant. That will grow, and we've got basil and all that here. Enough basil. What I do normally grab a whole handful of basil, almost a handful anyway, and tomatoes, and they'll make a beautiful tomato paste which can go into anything, chicken or meat, and you can get really nice flavours out of it. Put a bit of chilli in there. Now, this one here again, self-seeded. This one gets the hose run over. It's actually giving me some tomatoes too. I'll wait until it grows a little bit more so I can actually then probably get a stake or something and stake it up. Now, here's one we planted, and that's got a Where did I see the tomato? That's a little tiny one, but this plant's dying again. But oh, I can't complain. We've had our fill of tomatoes and more. Here's another one we planted. These are the different shaped ones. These are very interesting. I'm going to describe them. I find them fairy in the taste buds. That's the only way you describe it. Like fairy. They are sweet, but they're fairy. That's one of the ones we planted. Now these two here self-seeded. Actually, yeah, one, sorry. It looks like two for one. But that's self-seeded, and I've gotten some tomatoes from that one. Now if we go... where are we? Over here. Now this one here is again, that one's self-seeded. Now we've gotten tomatoes from that one. If we keep walking down here, this one here. Now I've got a weed mat here that's supposed to have covered all the weeds and stuff like that across here, but this one here is self-seeded, and we've got tomatoes coming from that one. This one over here is self-seeded. We've got tomatoes coming from that one. And now there's one in here that's got tomatoes on as well. I'll get a different view from that. Yeah, I've got two plants in here. In those bags we've got some tomatoes growing now. I'll show you where the big ones are now. Now this is where the big ones are growing. In this tub here. I think this tub's broken because of sort of thing. But when they finish growing and that and ready to plant something new in there, I'll plant all the soil and have a look at it. Now these ones here, I'm not quite sure where they're growing from, but they produce some very interesting fruits, very interesting flavours in their things. They're like almost like Christmas bells when they ripen. It looks like yeah, bells. Now if we go over here, we can see this bush. Now this one here is growing straight from the ground, and that all self-seeds. Like you can see one over here still. Where is it? There we go. You can still right ones I can still grab off there. There's ones hidden in the underneath all that, but you can't be greedy. There's quite a lot of them there. Okay, we'll keep going. And we've also got this one here, and this one. Now these pots are really good, I find. They contain the water nicely, they do everything, they basically do everything, so the roots will go down towards the water, which is quite good for tomatoes. Now this one here, you can see I've tied onto there. These are producing some yellow tomatoes, which are quite nice. Now when I mean these self-seed, this one here is growing straight out of the driveway. There's another one there on there, which is ready to eat. This plant here self-seeded, which is giving me some beautiful tomatoes. They'll probably have to give a good water, maybe give a good water tonight, not quite sure. Then we've got this one here self-seeded, which I've got tomatoes from. It's dying at the moment, but I'll probably just some more maybe. There's this one here self-seeded. Okay. I guess you can see this one here dying off, but it's still giving me some nice tomatoes. Like those two there, they'll probably ripen before they'll die off. Now I've got one over here, which you saw from another angle. I think Mum planted this one, I'm not quite sure. But it's a self-seeding one anyway. And as you can see, there's still ripe ones on there. On this bush here, I think I got over 30. And I still haven't grabbed them all. But I'll let them develop. Now if some fall on the ground, they'll basically get, or birds take them, there's no problems there. They'll basically, as I said before, self-seed. And this one here, as I said before, the hose goes over this one as well. And as before, that's self-seeded, like that one there. Well, this is a quick look at my garden, or Mum's garden I should say. I just do whatever she wants me to do at work, which once done. I hope you like it. Give us suggestions what you would do with this garden. What else, other plants you might put in here. That would be good. As you can see before, we've got a fig tree here producing figs. We've got a cherry tree there. We have a lemon tree over there. We have what do you call it, tomato tree around the other side of the corner, around the house. Give us some suggestions. What would you do? What plants would you recommend planting in here, and so forth. My name is Wilfred, Wilfred's PC World, Lakeside Cottage in Locksport, Victoria, Australia, signing off. Thank you for watching my videos, and all comments are welcome. You all have a great day now.